animes that at first glance are misleading. First up, Made in Abyss. There's a reason I put this first on this list. The animation style, the beginning dialogue, basically everything is leading you to believe this is going to be a kiddie anime where the power of friendship overcomes all. If you believe that, you're in for a rude awakening. Never before had I felt so played by my own assumptions. I would always see this anime in like the horror genre, and I don't know why I considered it to be anything other than that, except for the fact that it looked different than most horror animes. Still one of my favorite animes ever. The story is very dark and the characters, save for one, are very consistent with the story. You can watch this anime on High Dive. Next up, The Promised Neverland. I usually avoid shows that have kid protagonists. Just gonna leave that right there. I will explain it at some point, just not today. But anyway, at first glance, The Promised Neverland looks like one of those shows I avoid. But when I heard someone say how good it was, I had to at least watch the first couple of episodes. That show had me hooked like a fish. There are very few child themes in there and a lot of twists and turns. If you haven't seen The Promised Neverland, you are missing out on one of the best strategic survival horror animes out there. You can watch this anime on Hulu. Next up, The Ranking of Kings, an absolutely beautifully animated masterpiece. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I haven't finished this show, but that doesn't change the fact that it is pure gold. What threw me off about this show at first was the character design, right? Very, very different from other darker animes, and initially it kind of affects the story, but the more you get into it, the more you see it as an intentional move by the creators. They still have top-notch fight scenes, they still have top-notch dialogue, and they still have life and death situations. So if you enjoy seeing a main character with every card stacked against them still prevail, go check out Ranking of Kings. You can watch this show on Crunchyroll. Next up, Soul Eater. If I'm remembering correctly, Soul Eater has one of the most whimsical character designs in all of anime. I'm talking goofy looking bodies, faces, fights, and dialogue. However, all those things are probably why Soul Eater was able to generate a substantial fan base. It's an older anime, but people still talk about how good it was to this day. I watched this anime years ago, so my recollection of the story isn't as fresh as it used to be. But I will say that once I got used to the animation style, I couldn't stop watching it. I don't even know if I should be admitting this, but I like Soul Eater so much I even watched the spin-off Soul Eater Not. Don't judge me, I told you I liked it. You can watch Soul Eater on Hulu, don't know if all the episodes are on there, but yeah. Last on this list is JoJo. Don't even get me started on JoJo. When the time comes, I plan on doing a deep dive on each and every season, but for right now, let's just focus on why it's in this video. A big controversy regarding the fame or infamy, if you will, of JoJo is the character design. Some people refer to the way the characters look and pose as, well, the word rhymes with foodie. If you go off of the color schemes and the male characters specifically, you might think something completely unassociated with what the show is actually about. One of the best animes I've ever seen, and believe it or not, they actually won an award for character design. What I respect about the JoJo's Bizarre Adventures team is the fact that they didn't let the negative opinions keep them from using the same character design throughout all of their arcs. You can watch JoJo on Crunchyroll. So that's gonna do it for this list, but there was another anime I planned to include but didn't really know if it was considered dark or horror enough. I'll let you guys decide. The anime was Blackjack. I'm referring to the TV show and not the movie. I made another video about dark anime movies, so if you want to go check that out, I pretty much talk about Blackjack a little bit more in there. But the reason I wanted to add it to this list is because the TV show adaptation is very much like a cartoon. They have round, soft, bright looking characters. If you've seen Blackjack the show, do you think it's a dark anime? That's the question I battled with, but I'll let you guys decide. You can watch Blackjack on Tubi. That's it for me. Thank you guys for staying until the end. I appreciate your support on another video. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.